What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. This video is part of a series on weapons in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies which are possibly overlooked by players since they're not currently meta, are not performing quite as bad as the outliers that we have right at the top, or it could just be the fact that these are sometimes Modern Warfare 2 weapons which a lot of players kind of skip since they only prefer the new stuff. Today we're looking at a handgun, or rather two handguns. This is the FTAC SIEGE. Let's go. Now you'd be forgiven for thinking that I've actually sped up the footage in the background, but this is the actual fire rate of these handguns and it is just purely savage. Now, if you're able to land your shots with these weapons, because the recoil control is a huge problem with these handguns, you're going to see a huge amount of damage coming from them, and that's what makes these exceptionally good at mob control, dealing with a bunch of enemies that are charging you down. But also, as said, as long as you can manage the recoil, you're also able to deal a huge amount of damage to bosses. Now unfortunately, with great power comes some disadvantage, and if the recoil wasn't already a problem, you also have an issue with the range on these weapons not being that fantastic, so you're gonna have to get up close and personal. And then probably I would say the most limiting factor here is the fact that your magazine size coupled with a very low reserve size is something that means that you're going to need to be fighting around an ammo box, or at the very least make sure that you are diligently picking up ammo drops as they fall from the enemies. Otherwise you can find yourself in some tough situations where you will run out of bullets with these. Hopefully this is something that, I don't know, somehow gets addressed. I fucking doubt it. I mean, I don't think they're going to do anything about pistol reserves or something like that, but that is probably the most frustrating thing for me about these. They're super fun to use. It's ridiculous the amount of bullets that you can put down range with them, but more often than not, I would say at least 1 out of every 5 gunfights, I find myself in a situation where I look over at my ammo count and I'm like, ah shit, I'm gonna have a problem. So these are super good, and perhaps what you should consider doing is running them and then having a secondary that you can use as a backup, maybe something like a grenade launcher or something like that, that you can basically farm a bunch of enemies down and pick up their ammo and therefore be ready to go again with these. But again, as mentioned, it is ridiculous how fast these things shoot. It is hilarious, and it's a super fun weapon to use in a group if you have other people that can also help you kill the enemies, since you can basically be like the mob control guy and they can just also help killing some stuff, giving you more ammo and essentially feeding the beast. One last thing before I let you go, these are also exceptionally good for any of these missions where you are trying to get X amount of procs from a weapon mod, like if you're looking for something that should be proccing, like setting stuff on fire, or for example brain rot. These essentially activate those effects every 25 bullets. Now because your fire rate is so fast, 25 bullets go hella quick, and so you're gonna see a lot of procs with these kinds of things. So if you've got some kind of a mission or a daily quest, or if you're still playing through the different acts in the game and you're needing to proc some of these effects on enemies or bosses or something like that, these are going to be really good for that, and I absolutely advise you to try them out for that purpose, if only. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. As always, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next video, fucking cheers.